Good evening. Good evening. It's a bit later than I anticipated to be. But anyhow, as I promised, then here I am. Good evening to each and everyone this evening. It is a day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Yeah. We will never see this day again. This is a day that is gone. So let us give thanks that we finished another day and there comes the night. Let's hold on. As I always ask, how did you greet yourself this morning when you get up? Did you hug yourself and say to self, I love you? Did you? If you didn't do it this morning, do it this evening. Hug yourself. Give yourself a hug and let self know I love you. No one can love you as much as you love yourself. You love yourself, you'll do good for yourself. You will appreciate yourself, and others will appreciate you because you set the pattern. It won't be a long live this evening, but as you see my caption, relation and ship. Now, every person say that they get into a relationship. And I'm going to touch ship before I even touch relation. Now, ship is a big thing, it's a big vessel. How we ask ourselves when we are getting in. What kind of ship relation is going to get in? Is this a cargo ship? Is this a cruise ship? What the ship is carrying? Because sometimes we get into a ship where it's a cargo ship. And of course, we may be coming with cargo too. Now we need to search that ship. We need to analyze that ship. Go through every crevice and corner. Don't rush into it and go out on the big, wide sea. Sometimes sea's choppy. Yeah, sometimes a rough sea. Ship is going to and fro. Sometimes seems as if it want to go under. So we need to check out what ship are we going on. Is it a cruise ship? We're just cruising, go around the world and get back and relation step off. Then we start to complain and we ask the question. But we didn't see. Because what? We didn't go into the cabins them and look. We didn't go down underneath another deck down bottom there and look. There are things down there that would have frightened us. And we would have to sit and make up our mind and ask the question. This is not a ship for me to board. Some ship is carrying missile. Check out the vessels that we are going on. It's easier for us to start out on a canoe boat before we step over into the ship. Relation is the bond, is what you share with a person or persons. You can have a relation with your mother, with your father, with your children, with your friend. But is that relation a real good one? So we stop relation onto the man who we think is going to be our person and our husband. Some do not stop. They went all in. All in. No look around. Nothing at all. We just get into it. No. Man and woman, we need to stop and search the ship that we are bringing relation to. What are you stepping in? Is there a lifeboat? Because ship carry lifeboat. Have we any life jacket? What's our backup plan? Stepping onto that ship. We need to have our backup plans. We need to have things sorted out. And don't just say, yes, we are going a sail. Oh, we are out on the deep sea. No. Check your vessel. Check it out. Baggage is there that need to throw overboard. And if it's not going to be thrown overboard, then listen, don't worry with it. I said cargo ship. Some ship carrying missile. Yeah. Some carrying the things for the army. Boots and gun and everything. How are we going to know? How? Without searching it out. The captain of the ship may not tell you anything, but you have to be smart enough to search that ship. The captain of the ship wanted you on the ship. So therefore, you are going to hide. So they're not going to tell you anything. Oh, it's all clear. It is all good. We are going. And so often we hear, relationship gone sour. The relationship never good. The relationship broke down. Hello? Did we check out the ship properly? Did we check that ship out properly? If we do, we wouldn't be in any problem. We would have stepped off that ship before we step on. We would have known the cargoes that are on that ship. We would have known the missiles that are on the ship. Too often our ladies and our men get hurt. Very too often. Because relationship leads into marriage with the same amount of baggage and cargoes and missile. And sometimes we are so deep in it that we hardly can get off it. Let us examine the ship. Let us have our lifeboat and life jacket ready. And if you see that there is nothing in it, don't be afraid to step off. Do not stay on it and go under. And when we go under, there's so many persons get hurt. Sometimes children come and play They are victimized. All gone leave them, and they too suffers. Female have done it. Male have done it. The male see this woman and touching on that part. The book of Proverbs, and in the, I'm trying to remember, if it's the 8th chapter or so, it said a woman went out on the corner and saw these young men sitting on the corner. Long time young man, I sit on the corner. Yeah. And she said to them, listen to the lie and the deceit. Deceived. My husband has taken a bag of money and gone and won't be back. Just hold on. Let her get the word for you. My husband has taken money and he's gone for a long walk. For a long journey, it says. Come with me down to my house. And she said she decked her bed with rose and with perfume. And when she finished deceiving that man, the scripture said he got weak to his knees. So of course the poor thing follow. Lie and deceit. Deceived. Right? Lie. So it's not just now. But how do we find out? How would we navigate this? How would we navigate it? Right? So, she eventually have him to step into a ship that it looked like a relation, because she's going to be starting a relationship. She have one permanent ship gone, permanent relation, and here she is with another man. Women are deceitful. We may not like to hear it, but it's true. We lie, just as even as the man. I don't have any woman. It's only you and you only. Yes, darling. And women love to hear this word love. And we mistaken it for loss. Yeah. Be careful of the ship we stepped on. Be careful of the boarding. We are boarding on this ship. Where will it be sailing to? What harbor will it be docked in? How long? We need to know. We need to understand. We need to understand what container is on the ship. Type of cargo is on the ship. We have to be careful of the relationship that we get ourselves in. Start off with a canoe. A canoe is small. So you will be able to look around, look outside, look in, examine it, go around it and knock and find out, is there any hole? Is there any rotten board there? Yes. Then when you start off on that and you see, because it's easier to step off of the canoe, you don't have to go very far before you jump off. Yeah. So when you do that, then when you are satisfied, then you can step on the ship. You will know that there's no cargoes on there to damage you. No missile is there. You will know what the ship is carrying. We have so many questions to ask at either time. And how much of it we get that is true? My first time seeing some things happen, it took me a long time to recover what I saw. First time I went to the States, of course I went to the States to work, and there was a lady that every night, every given night, she would sit and wrote her husband some love letters. She would have read them back to us. Those three of us that occupies the room. And the things that she said to that man, him never have to look nowhere else. The wording that she said, she's mailing off those words to him. And I was approached one day by the driver of the bus because I work at Ocean Mist Hotel. I was in Massachusetts then. And he asked me, we were talking. Casually, we just having a convo. And I said, I don't know why the married woman won't leave space for the single woman. I wasn't talking about her because I didn't know she was having an affair. And she took it personal. And she went and complained to the driver, which was the driver was her person. And he called me and I said, no, I wasn't talking to her. All 3, 4 of us sit down and we were talking about different things. Because they used to keep party at the house, so man come there, bite off other man finger for Jamaica girl and all sort of a nonsense went on. So we were just having a talk. And when he said to me, the both of them is sleep. So when we went to bed, she was in the basement. I was see her go to bed. We all three went to bed together. We laid in our bed and we talk till we all dripped away and we sleep. And she just get up and go down to the basement and come back. So when the man said, I said, no, I couldn't. The things that that woman wrote and tell her husband, she love him. She uses the book of Songs of Solomon, and she would have used all those words out of Songs of Solomon. I call her and I talk with her. I wasn't talking to you. And surprisingly, after she leave and she came home shortly after husband and her really separate. When I heard it, I was like, oh, look at that. He left to somebody else. So these two ships, the cargo that was on them wasn't no good suit, wasn't on it. So I say all of this to say, we are people, and because we are not truthful, many of the times, we end up in something else. We end up on the wrong side. We end up in the bottom of the ship. We end up into the deep waters. Can't swim out. Don't have a lifeboat. Don't have a life jacket. So we drown. Yeah. We drown. Be careful. Sometimes it is so far gone where you can sit and you can debate a lot of things. Ask question. Do not be afraid. And if you ask the question today and you get a blue answer, 3 days later go back to ask that same question. Yeah? You're going to get a green answer. Because what? Somebody don't remember what they said the day one. So day 4, you find a little hole. Watch those holes. Because those holes are going to rip out one day. And you're going to say, but him did say, but she did say. Mm. Mm. There were red flags from day 1. There's so much horror story that could be avoided. Things that happen could be avoided. It didn't have to happen. It didn't have to go down that road. But because we ignore, we ignore argument. When you meet a man, stepping on relation, within 7 minutes, you get a year worth of information from him. Because what? Him mouth just a get western and just a tell her the things. Him just going and going and going and going. You ask him 1 week later. Ask him the question, ask him them back 1 week later. And you can pick out everyone and throw them aside and say, but you did say. No, him twist it around. He twist it around. You don't have to go into no relation phone go search up for anything. You don't have to. You can get it right out of his mouth. Just listen. Be a silent listener and a keen observer. You won't miss. You won't miss. One of my daughter met a man, and as both of them set eyes on each other, he was ready to be at her house. Tell her a long time he want to come home. So, how you want? And he asked question until he found my house. I didn't say anything to her in front of him. I waited until he said bye. I took her aside and I sit and talk with her. But yeah, sometimes we don't listen. Sometimes we don't listen. And many of us went drop into that hole. Don't listen. Nah, listen. Yeah. A child can lead them. You need to listen and examine things for yourself. You don't have to go back and say anything, you know. Do your own examination, man. Run your own detective duty. Yeah. Run your own detective duty. And what you find out, it would be better than somebody come and tell you, because they're going to spice it up and tell you. When you find it out, you're going to find out the unadulterated truth. Yeah. There was this young lady who, she's the only child for the mother. And they are one of those elite. She got married to this man. They just met and he loved her. And this love, this L-O-V, this word. And she got heads over heels, they got married. After they got married, they were supposed to go on a honeymoon. And he said he get a call that he have to catch the plane in a quick. And he went. And he stayed a little while. He came back. And each time when they are to cohabit, he have an excuse. Last time he came to Jamaica, she was at her mother's house because they were not living far from each other. So she called and he said, he's on his way home. She said to the mother, I'm going to go now because by the time him reach, I'll reach. When she went home, went into the house, into one of the bathroom, it was her surprise. She hustled to the car, went back to her mother's house, and fainted right there. The University Hospital of Jamaica, West Indies, picked her up. During that marriage, they had never slept together because there's always an excuse. And these are educated people. So it's not every flag wave represent the same country. There's duplicates. So it's not every ship come a dock. You should jump on it. Investigate. Carry out your investigation. Do it in a way that you don't even know you're investigating. Likewise the men. Not very long ago, a relative of mine have this girl, we said is his girlfriend. He's in a relationship. And I spoke the very way as I am doing just now. Yes, Jocelyn. Yes, I am on live. So stay and listen. Yes, stay and listen. Oh, it's all right. Just listen. You're, you're not hearing me? All right then, cool. All right. And this was his lady friend. You want to be captain of the ship? I hope you're a good captain. I hope you will navigate carefully and rough and choppy sea. For the person who said that. I hope you will navigate and on the rough and choppy sea and do not run in iceberg. Okay. You stepped on somebody's corn? It's not a matter of fact of stepping on somebody's corn, but listen, these are the real truth, honest truth. And if we would have sit and look and evaluate, we would not have hurt ourselves. No, we wouldn't. We need to be truthful to ourselves, and then we can be truthful to other persons. You know? I hope the corn won't get crushed. It will yield from the own. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. And as I was saying, speaking to this young man and careful, da da da, check out the thing good, and all the rest of it. No. Next announcement I heard, she's pregnant. Good. Wish you all the best. I wish you good luck. Oh, yeah. And you know the relative abroad start packing things and shipping down things and oh, baby and baby mom. Before it reached that though, but when I said to him, you sure that baby is your, that pregnancy is yours? Do you sure? And the baby was born. I said to him, yes, I'm viewing the messages. Truly welcome. Yes, thank you. Go and get a DNA done. The second thing is that the baby did not look. One look at the baby don't look. No look. It looked like it had a defect. To be honest, the baby looked as it have a defect. Anyhow, he was so proud of his baby. Wow, first time father. Wow, loving the baby. Wow, he forget. He forget that he was going to do the DNA. When the baby reaches like 8 months, there are things you're expecting the baby to do. The baby was not doing it at all. The baby wasn't doing it. The baby was then realized that things wasn't going right. This lady, this young lady, and it's her first child. And I had pity for her. Believe me. It's your first child. Man, when you get your first pity, you're not supposed to get bloody jacket, suit, well suit. You're not supposed to get that. A first time mother not supposed to give jacket. Me not believe in that. No what daddy. Not a lie. Alright. It went on to 1 year. Only to realize the child is an artistic child. When he went and did the DNA was 99.9%. Not even the sweat when he was in motion. Never catching it. The baby was not his. And at the long run when he left her, she ran off and left the baby to somebody else. And I'm talking about a young girl. She was, 23 or somewhere thereabout. Good heaven, man. Lie all the way. You know you were pregnant. Now it was another person you hear of death. You hear chop up, shoot up, and all kind of up. Another one gone without persons knowing what happened. Him gone to prison or sentenced to hang or something. And this young lady. And this is what I am talking about. You are stepping into a ship big. I want big something that carry bus it if you don't mind while playing in the too. That I carry all kind of something. Sort out your ship good. Start from a canoe where you can stay around a mile away and look into the canoe boat and see what the night. Where then you go into the ship and all the cabins are filled with other things. And poor you no know. Yeah. Yes. And there's a part two to the message as well, as it will be held for review. Be careful, be vigilant. And I could tell you many, many more of these stories. I could say many more of it. You have a woman that is married, lawful wedded husband. I'm a lawful wedded wife. I am in a marriage relationship. And I have 4 children, and it's only one belong to the husband. How did we know? Praise the Lord for DNA. Hmm? I have seen one who went for his cutlass and came to the hospital because he went on farm work, and in coming back, each time he went, the lady's pregnant. When he came back, the baby's ready to born. And this time around, the baby was born before he came. And it said the baby was premature. And of course, this man with the baby. So lo and behold, the baby took sick. Was taken to the hospital. The doctor asked for a blood work. And they took the child to the lab, took the father's blood and thing. The doctor came out and said, 99.9%, this child is not yours. He said, what you say? And the doctor repeat. And he went through the hospital gate like a whirlwind. When he reached home, the relatives say him only run in and grab a cutlass. When they asked him what, he was going to kill this woman, to damage this woman. And they stop him. It's better for you to go. And from he took up a bag with some clothes and turned. Nobody see or hear of him again. They don't know if he died. They don't know if he catch and explain back to foreign. They don't know what happened. Nobody hear from him. Sorry. This is a marriage relationship. I don't know if you're getting the message I'm saying, you know. Ship and relation. This is a married, wedded. Is a relationship this. Lives with her husband. And we have bumped on so much of these things. Watch your ship that you're going into. Do a proper survey on your ship. Man and woman. Do carry out a good survey. If not, you won't have a lifeboat to help you. You can't swim, possibly can't dive. Shark will eat you. Somebody will be laughing. Somebody will be, oh yes, I catch him, man. Oh, good. It's not nice for us. It is not nice for us. So we must be careful of the things that we get ourselves entangled with. The person we get entangled with, stepping up in the ship with the relation. Many left crying. Many left unhappy. Many live, if I could do it all over again. If I could, if I could, if I could go back in time and come back again. We can stop it. Yes. Speak to our friends, speak to our children. Let them not make the same mistake. It is hard sometimes, but yeah, you can counsel them. You can counsel them. Right? They can be counseled. And for those that use their relation and step in the ship and the captain of the ship navigate that ship through the rough seas, through the choppy waters. Woodles to them. Thumbs up to them. They have held the fort. They have not bumped into iceberg. They have not run aground. But the relation stood up and the ship has been strong. And with that, the relation may be challenging, but the love is worth fighting for. So with that relationship, it will be challenging, but the love worth fighting for. Never easy when the struggle come. It's either gonna break you, or it's going to use it as the building block to strengthen the bond. Those for the good that are in the ship with good relation. This is those moments at the vulnerability and the pain you discover the depth of our love. You discover the depth of your love. So it will be true love and a steady ship. So even when the choppy seas come, you held in your ship. Remember that love is not just a feeling. It is a choice we made every day. So big up to the persons who sit in that ship. And though the ship may be rocky and the sail may be torn, you have an anchor and you sit in that ship. You saw the choice that you made every day. Let your struggle be the foundation of a love that lasts for a lifetime. Let the struggle on the ship with the relation be last for a lifetime. And though the ship may be rocking, held on in there. And the persons who are in this position can help to strengthen those that are stepping, embarking, and charted and rough sea and a water that will drown you. and a ship that will run underground, a ship that will split open, and you have no lifeboat. You don't know what to do. You don't know if you to go left or you to go right. The mistakes you made, you could redo them. I could change them. I would change them. Yeah. So be careful. Be careful. Another time, be careful. Too many hurts. And with the hurt, too many life lost. It's not everybody can take it, you know. No. Some are very fragile. You think they are strong, but they are fragile. Think they are there? No. It's not everybody can take the things that has thrown to them. Most of the time, you're asking the question, especially the women who ask, am I the next trophy? Am I the trophy girl? Am I the trophy woman? Huh? That you walk down the street with? Am I the next notch on the belt? We have to be careful. We have to be careful. And I keep repeating these, said be careful, because too many life lost. Too many men are behind bars because of not really thinking. Walk away. It's not your life. Step up and leave it. You will surprised to know it is harder to climb a tree than coming down off the tree. Just walk away. It will hard to make a life over, but you will do it. You will be able to see Miss Sheet over there, so and said, hi, how are you? Oh, it was good. Yeah. Remember, we lost too much of our men to the jail, too much hung, too much to everything. We lost too much of our women, too many families crying, so many children left without parent. Because when one parent gone one way, the other parent is gone another way. Too many children suffers the blow of the mother and the father because of the ship that you step on, because of the relation that you took on that ship. Too many. Mother suffers. Aunt suffers. Too many suffering. Too many tears. Too many broken heart that cannot heal. It is so hard. Very, very hard. Let us choose our ship carefully. Search it out. See if any hidden mess is in it. See if any roach in there. See what is in the corners. And if it cannot be cleaned out. And on another thing, no woman or men, do not try to make anybody. No. If you cannot work with their ways, then call it a day. But don't try to rebuild anybody. Don't try to say, well, then God already make you, but I can pull you and fix you different. No. This is not like you're altering a dress or a pants. It's too big, so you're going to pull them up and take them out. As for me, that really do my machine. Don't try to make anybody. It's either you can live with them, you can agree with them, or you have to separate. If they use to eat on the floor, I tell them to eat on the floor. If you say it one or two times and they insist to eat on the floor, live with it. Yeah. One day he might change, one day she might change, but live with it. Because once you started to say, well then, I want it to be this way, or I want it to be that way, why don't you do this? Problem. Not even your children. When you brought them up a certain way and they decide to go into a different direction, all you have to do is just leave them, my dear. Leave them, let them go. They will come back home wagging their tails behind them. They'll be coming back to say, if I had known, I should have listened. Yeah. Be, if you cannot, communication is key in every relationship. Communication. Lack communication, all it's a domino effect going down. Lack of communication, it's a domino effect. Right? It's a domino effect. So, think wisely. God say gives you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Use them. And along with that, he gives you discretion. Use them wisely. Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Be not wise in your own conceit. Yeah. Be like the eagle. Have the eagle eyes. When you do that, you will learn much more than if you open your mouth. Communication, again, is key in any relationship. Lack of communication, you're going nowhere. Lack of communication, you're going nowhere. It's always going to be a tumbling over here and there. Be careful at all times. Remember to love yourself. Love and cherish yourself. Hug yourself. And when you do that, you will love each and every person, regardless of who they are. You may not love their ways, but the person in person. Do not develop hate that will eat you out. For you answer, count to 20. Sing a song. Yeah. Make your life one that you will satisfied with and whomever you are with. And let your life so shine be able to comfort someone with a word or with a song. Be dear to someone, even with a good evening or a good morning. You're surprised to know what you have done. And I have 5 minutes and 43 seconds. I thank you all for you to be here tonight. I thank you for those that comment. I thank you for those that have subscribed. Still asking you to subscribe, growing this channel. Be wise as a serpent, men, and be harmless as a dove. Woman, be wise as a serpent, be harmless as a dove. Silent listener and keen observer. I love you all and I welcome all of you again. And we will see each other or hear from each other tomorrow as I come with the rest of this topic, I join with something else. I want to actually touch on something that apparently it may be at the grassroots level, but you listen, know. Think about Mr. Used to and the person you call Joe Grind. Think about it. Which one is most dangerous? I may just speak on that tomorrow. Is it Joe Grind dangerous more than Mr. Used to? Yeah. I'm going to be touching on that. I love you all. Have a good night. Be at peace with yourself, at peace with your friends, at peace with your relatives, regardless of the situation. Love you. Thank you. And we will see each other. This is Aquarian, tuning out from Positivity Positive channel. See you all. Love you again. Love you. Love you. Thank you for the support. Thanks. Tuning out. Have a good night.